Hey guys, I'm Katie from StrongMom Fitness, and I want to talk to you guys about something that drives me absolutely crazy, and that is the load of information that is available out there in regards to programming and training in the gym that is absolute crap. It's something that comes across your news feed every day, a new movement, a new motion, something new and sexy that you can do in the gym that is going to give you the thigh gap that you've always wanted. And I just want to talk with you about what actually is going to give you the body that you want. As you all know, in my coaching program, Strong Mom Fitness, the goal of my program is to help mamas feel empowered to develop their own training plans. Now, wait a second, that's a little bit crazy. I have people contact me all the time asking me to write them a training plan or give them a diet plan. Just tell me what to do and I'm going to do it. But as we know about motivational psychology, if you don't have a compelling reason to actually implement that change in your life, and if you have no ownership in creating that change, the chances of you sticking with that new lifestyle is minimal to none. This is why only 5% of people who lose weight actually keep it off for the rest of their life. So we take a different approach at Strong Mom Fitness. We've decided that it is our job as coaches to empower women with the right and correct and scientifically accurate information so that they can develop their own training plans. And here's even the better part, so that they essentially become their own coach. They have the buy-in and the knowledge and the excitement about the process and what actually is happening to their bodies when they facilitate each movement in the gym. So in this short video, I just wanted to talk with you guys about some of those foundational pieces that we work with to ensure that when we are writing our own training plan, we're doing something that is scientifically proven, that optimizes our time in the gym and uses every single muscle in the most powerful way possible. So hold on. So here we go. You ready? How to write your own training plan in the gym, okay? So we're talking about people who are looking to lift weights. Every training plan needs to include the foundation movements. Now, these foundation movements include the squat, the deadlift, the bench press, and the overhead press. So 4 foundation movements that you all should be doing when you go to the gym. Now, you don't do these 4 foundation movements every single day, 5 days a week. If you do these foundation movements, you ensure that there is at least 1 day of rest in between each movement. These 4 movements will utilize every single muscle in your body, will strengthen the kinetics chain, and will ensure that you are optimizing the biggest muscle growth that you possibly can, not to get bulky. That's not the goal for most mamas, but to ensure that you're developing more muscle so that you can burn more fat and so that you can be stronger. So the 4 foundational movements are, just to review, the squat, the bench press, the deadlift, the overhead press, okay? If you're not doing those 4 movements in the gym, I really, really recommend you get on that and you start doing them. It's useful to hire a coach when you're doing these 4 foundational movements because form is exceptionally important. And at Strong Mom Fitness, we talk about the fact that weight, however much you have on the bar or however many reps you're doing, that's all irrelevant if your form is not spot on. So here's one book that I really recommend you get. It's called Starting Strength by Mark Rippetoe. Now, Rippetoe is still a power coach that is extremely influential in the power coaching world. And in fact, if you Google any training plan that's listed in Men's Health or Muscle and Fitness, he's going to be quoted over and over again. So you might as well just go to the source. You can buy this book off of Amazon. It reads similar to a textbook, but the chapters are short, so if you have a day planned where you're going to go to the gym to squat, you can either A, bring this book with you and literally put it at the power rack and read it as you go, or you can just do a quick review of the chapter before you go. Definitely, if this book is not in your bookshelf, it needs to be. If you're going to the gym, buy this book. So that will help you with form. Focus on form. The other movements that you can put in or program into your training plans are what we call auxiliary movements. Now, these are motions that will challenge other supporting muscles in your body, such as such as a plank or a 3-point bent over row, such as a pull-up or a lat pull down. These are all motions that will support the full musculature that you're developing and priming through those 4 foundational movements. Let's talk quickly about ab work. If you're a mama, I do not recommend that you do direct ab work. So any sit-ups, any crunches, any straight leg raises, just axe them from your program. They're not doing what you think they're doing. Here's the caveat. If you are a highly trained athlete with significant core stability, this might be something that could help or enhance your programming, but it's not going to make the cake. It's just not. All it will do is give you that extra burn in your muscle that makes you feel like you're actually doing something. If you're a regular Joe Schmo like me, and you go and you do this work, chances are you're over-recruiting your iliotibial band, which is that band that connects your hips and often gives you runner's knee, or you're just using your back to support your abdominal muscles. The other thing that happens is that because we've had children, the abdominal muscles, which run this way, are going to become spread during pregnancy and birthing, and they really take a long time to close. So any movement that is causing our stomach to bulge, such as when we do a crunch or any leg hanging motion, is actually going to further separate those muscles. So doing direct abdominal work really does not serve the goal, except it just gives you that additional burn. You're going to get visible abdominal muscles with the foundation movements. Because in order to maintain proper form through those foundation movements, you have to brace your core. You have to fully utilize the entire kinetic chain to ensure that you're doing the motion properly. So you're getting your abdominal motion, your abdominal workout that is going to give you the 6-pack abs just by doing your deadlifts, your squats, your presses. Got it? Pretty cool, right? It's totally contradictory to what most magazines are going to tell you, because they just want to sell you a plan. Like, they just want to make you think that you're getting something new and out of the ordinary. But it's a load of horseshit, you guys. This is all you need to do in order to develop a full and completely rounded athletic physique and to be strong as hell. So some basic things that we work with our mamas when our mamas are designing their own training plan is that you really should commit to a training plan for 6 weeks. Weightlifting isn't an overnight thing. You're not going to hop on the scale the next day and see that you've lost 6 pounds, and you may not even begin to see visible muscle for a while, according to your genetics or your prior history with weight training. So give it 6 weeks. Give a training plan 6 weeks before you decide to can it and develop another training plan. Don't perform, and I've already touched on this, when you're doing those 4 foundational movements, don't perform them back to back. So don't go into the gym deciding that you're going to squat every single day for 5 days. That is, so your muscles grow when they're actually resting. So the goal of going to the gym is that you're going in and you're tearing your muscle fibers, and then you come home and you rest, and that is the time that your body is rebuilding the muscles. If you go and squat every single day and you don't have the time to rest, you're just going to burn yourself out and you're going to cause an injury. So you give yourself time in between the movements in order for those muscles to recoup. So when programming when to do each foundation movement, you really have to take into consideration, did I do this recently? Have I fully recovered? So never plan to do the same exercise back to back. At least have a day in advance. And in the program, we sit down and we kind of plan out a 3-day or a 2-day or even a 5-day routine that utilizes these movements in a way that's going to allow you to fully recover in between the days. And then the last tip is specific to endurance athletes. This is a plan that that very much is conducive to your training as an endurance athlete. And because your primary goal isn't necessarily a physique building or a building of additional muscle, but instead of utilizing these exercises for full balance, for mobility, for your proprioception, that this is a training plan that you could do easily in 1 day a week or even 2 days a week. And you can do them at a level where you're not sore so that it does not compromise your actual endurance training. And so that's cool, because oftentimes you'll open up a men's fitness or a men's health or a muscle and fitness magazine, and it's going to run you through a litany of exercises that are going to take you 90 minutes to complete. And the next day you're so sore. This training plan doesn't do that to you, not if you do it correctly. So it's very conducive with endurance athletes and will give you that overall stability, the core stability, particularly for skiers in the group. This is a really important method to utilize. So there you go. I recommend that you get this book. No, I'm not getting any cut if you go to Amazon and buy this book. Just buy the book. Remember your 4 foundational movements in writing any training plan for yourself. You have some auxiliary movements that support those 4. So when you go to the gym, you're focusing on 2 or 3 of those 4 foundation movements, and then anything else is just icing on the cake. Abdominal work, screw it. You don't need it. It doesn't matter what people tell you. You just don't need it. You can find more resources and information on my Facebook page, which is the handle name is @LifeCoachKatie. And then if you want to join our StrongMom Tribe private group, I've actually shared some specific training plans that are already in existence that other really brilliant trainers have written and have published for free on the internet. So you can go there and look at those training plans, because those are plans that utilize those foundation movements plus support a woman's body as she's healing from childbirth, etc. So that's on our StrongMom Tribe private group page, so you can just request to join that group page. You can also find me on Instagram, where I've actually posted a lot of videos and how-tos for doing these movements while pregnant, including modifications while you're pregnant. And I've also included a lot of those programs or a lot of those modifications on YouTube. So yeah, there you go. That's a lot of information in a short amount of time, I know, but I'm here if you have any questions, and you can always find me at katieream.com. Ciao.